Welcome back to Triple Alpha Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's Roy. Going to be a two-man show here for a little bit. So the podcast should go a little bit quicker, I'd say, in some episodes, Roy.
Yeah.
Pod 121, still doing some baseball. We finished the NL. We're going to jump over to the American League side. We're also going to talk about a little bit of the World Baseball Classic today. I will be in attendance in about 3 days. I'm pumped. USA actually played an exhibition today, so that we actually got to see the lineup and the team play a little bit. But before we get into that, we're going to rip the AL West. So, like we usually do, the AL West, last year, 5th place winner was Los Angeles Angels. They finished with a record of 72-90. Some of their additions, oh man, not a whole lot. Josh Lowe from the Rays was acquired in a 3-team trade. Kirby Yates, a lot of older guys. They actually went and got former Blue Jay Alek Manoah. Can't remember how to pitch, but yeah, he's there. But I will say they picked up one guy I would say was a solid player. They traded outfielder Taylor Ward, and they got Grayson Rodriguez from the Baltimore Orioles. Subtractions, like I just said. What's his face? Taylor Ward. I couldn't find him. I was like, where is he? Tyler Anderson, Kyle Hendricks, Andrew Chafin, Luis Renhiva. I mean, not a whole lot here, to be honest. Kenley Jansen had a good year, I guess. I'll include him. But I'm going to go through their lineup. Shortstop, Zach Neto. First base, Nolan Shanuel. DH/center field, Mike Trout. Third base, Yohan Moncada. Center field/DH, Joe Adell. Josh Lowe in right. Jorge Soler in left. I forgot he was there.
Yep.
Catcher, Logan Ohapi. And second base, Christian Moore with Travis d'Arnaud and Adam Frazier on the bench. Rotation looks like Yusei Kikuchi, Jose Serrano, Reed Detmers, Grayson Rodriguez. Wow, Alek Manoah's in the rotation. Okay. Drew Stevenson in the pen, Drew Pomeranz, Kirby Yates, Jordan Romano. Jesus Christ, this team is older than shit. I cannot believe how old this team is. Holy cow. And released, but technically still on the books, Anthony Rendon. I'm going to go first. I'm going to be pretty quick. This team is so old. I do like some of their players. I would like to point out, of their first 6 hitters, 5 of them are first-round picks. So that should tell you how they've set up. Nolan Shanuel, Zach Neto are 2 good players. I like the potential of Christian Moore, but I just don't like how the Angels run their organization. Draft guys from college, play them 2 weeks in the minors, put them in the majors. It's just their developmental is so bad. Mike Trout at this point, 34 and a half years old, is just going to ride it out and just be a one team. I can respect it at this point. 2-3 years ago, I wish he would have left. Yes. Just a terribly ran organization. I will say they always try. You know, it's not like they don't spend. So they do try. They're just pretty terrible at trying. But this is a last place team. 72-90. Honestly, I don't personally think they're that good this year. I think they might be a little bit worse. So I might see a little bit of regression in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this team's not very good. I mean, the problem is you're in LA or, Anaheim, whatever, and you're trying to compete with the Dodgers. You're not going to get those players that the Dodgers get. One, your facilities are out in the middle of nowhere, and they're not very – and they're okay. Angel Stadium's not too bad, but it's not great out there. It takes longer to get out there. Dodgers are downtown and stuff. They do spend money. They just don't spend in the right places. They make trade. I mean, year after year, the Pujols trade, Mark Teixeira. They try to get players come in. They always get older players that are not who are past their prime half time. They just don't draft well. Like, look at their team. They draft some first round, but they just don't hit. And then they try to do something. This pitching staff's not going to be very good. Manoah's your freaking 5th starter, and Rodriguez, who's used to be decent. Grayson, it's just your bullpen sucks. You still got Moncada. Josh Lowe, I think, is a very good ball player, but Soler's a home run hitter. That's it. It's just Mike Trout's a great player when he's healthy, but he just can't be healthy anymore. They did get your favorite player, Oswald Peraza.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
him. He's there. I think he's got not longer with the Yankees. But other than this, like you said 72 wins. That's probably where they're going to be at. Maybe a little degress. But, that's not a very good team.
Finishing in fourth place last year, we'll go to the next team, is the Athletics of No City. 76-86. I would say they definitely surprised some people last year. Some of their additions, they added Jeff McNeil from the Mets. They added Mark Leiter Jr. from the Yankees. Outside of that, it doesn't look like they added anyone free agency wise. And then subtractions. Former top prospect Ken Waldachuk, man, was he a bust? JJ Bleday. That's really it. They didn't really gain or lose a whole lot.
That's
this team is building through the draft and some trades, not so much in-season trades, not so much off-season additions. Their lineup looks like first base, Nick Kurtz, catcher, Shea Bangaliers, left field, Tyler Soderstrom, DH, Brent Rooker, second base, Jeff McNeil, shortstop, Jacob Wilson, right field, Lawrence Butler, third base, Max Muncy, not the Dodgers Max Muncy, don't get him confused, and then center fielder, Denzel Clark. Bench is really nothing. Rotation, Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs, Aaron Savali, Jacob Lopez, Luis Morales. And then the bullpen, Mark Leiter Jr., Scott Barlow, Luis Medina. I really don't know anyone else out of that. Roy, you want to go first on the Athletics?
Yeah, I'll go first. I mean, this team, they have a lot of young, good players. I mean, I love Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz and Langlery or whatever his last name is. I like them. You know, they've got some young talent, and they're just not mixed with enough good veterans to get them to compete. So the A's always start off hot with these young players. They start off hot, and then it kind of just fades towards the end because they're still learning. But when you're getting to the dog days is when you want your veterans to step up and make hits. They just don't have any good veterans, and that's what the A's. They are building to the future. They do have some good young prospects to move when they move to Las Vegas. This team will be a better organization. I don't like how they handled, and this team could have been so good for many years if with this young talent they would have just done it right in Oakland, but they just were building toward. They wanted that new stadium, and they were just trying to piss off the whatever. But this team, these young talented kids are going to be good, and they draft well. This team's going to be hot early and then probably fade at the end and probably finish fourth like they did last year.
Yeah, I agree. You nailed it. They're building for Vegas. I mean, they were moving players to get players who are arriving and going to be stars at that point. I will give the Athletics some credit. They have started, which going to Vegas helps. They have started to raise that budget a little bit in the years I've been alive. This team historically doesn't spend $1, but they've signed some of these guys to some deals. I don't know about Jacob Wilson. Tyler Soderstrom's locked in. They're trying to lock Nick Kurtz in. They locked Lawrence Butler in. They've locked Rook. I don't know if I just said it. They've locked Rooker in. Pitching, I would say, is definitely where they're lacking. They're lacking the pitching right now. It's a hard place to pitch where they're currently playing in Sacramento. I think that hurts it a little bit. Like for now, they've got to hit on some of these pitchers. And another one that we don't name was the closer Mason Miller. They dealt him last.
Was the best closer in baseball.
Last deadline or the deadline before?
Last year's deadline. He went to the Padres.
They got an unbelievable prospect. I don't know if you know anything about this guy. Again, I knew he was
one of the top prospects in the country.
That dude's like
minor leagues.
Yeah, he is legit. He's about 20 years old, if that. Let me find him. Leo DeVries is 19 and a half years old and is basically rolled every league he's been in. He's just so young and so talented. If you put him in Jacob, what?
Does he play second or third?
Short. Now, where will he play? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he could play short. Now, where will he play with Jacob Wilson? That I don't know.
Wilson's a pretty dang good third shortstop, so that'd be tough to move him. And he's only 23. Yeah,
and so you roll him and Jacob Wilson out opening day in Vegas with Nick Kurtz, Soderstrom. I really like what they're building. They're doing a good job. They've got to hit on some of these pitchers or sign some. But I'll tell you what, They're building, and that's gonna when that hits Vegas, man. I know that it's tough to say this now. That's a place where people are going to want to go play. If they're starting to spend some money, just a little bit, on a few players, have these young guys, and they're locking them up.
Yeah, and that stadium looks awesome in Vegas.
Yeah, I agree. So
I'll be out there in a couple of weeks, so I'll get to see it again.
I'm sipping the Athletics tea. I know everybody has a few teams they sip. I'm watching them closely because I like the moves they're making. I'll tell you what, this Nick Kurtz guy, I know he played 3/4 of a season. That's one of the best seasons I've ever seen a hitter have. And that dude is 23 years old. I've never seen anything like it. He is so good already.
Kurtz is good. And I like I said, I like Kurtz and I like Wilson. I mean, they've got to, and you bring some of these younger, it's just going to be, they hit some pitching. Look out for this team.
I agree. Third place, the Texas Rangers. Oop, didn't switch my thing. Texas Rangers. Some of their additions last year, they went 81-81, completely 500. I'd say this is one of the more disappointing teams of the league last year. A lot of high praise for them coming off the World Series a few years ago. Their losses, they lose. Ooh, I'm on additions. They get Jordan Montgomery back. Don't know what he's going to look like at the age of 33 now. Ryan Brazier. They do make a big trade for Mackenzie Gore to slot into that rotation. Alexis Diaz, not Edwin Diaz, but his brother. Yankee legend Tyler Wade makes his way there. Brandon Nimmo, 1-for-1 for Marcus Semien. Outside of that, don't see a whole lot of additions. Subtractions, like I just said, Marcus Semien traded a really good prospect, Gavin Feen and Alejandro Rosario. No, nobody knows who those are, but they're prospects for the Mackenzie Gore trade. They lose Jonah Heim, like I said, Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia, some of these bigger names that you've seen be there for a while. Merrill Kelly, who they got in the deadline, went right back to Arizona. John Gray, Tyler Mahle. So they lost quite a bit of the staff that they've had. But their depth chart, it looks like this. Right field, Brandon Nimmo. Left field, Wyatt Langford. Shortstop, Corey Seager. DH, Jock Peterson. Oh, I wish Bryce was here. I would have said something. Fifth in first, Jake Berger. Center fielder, Evan Carter. Third base, Josh Jung. Second, Josh Smith. Catcher, Danny Jansen. Yankee legend, Kyle Higashioka, backup catcher. Ezekiel Duran, former Yankee prospect, on the bench. Rotation looks like DeGrom, Nathan Eovaldi, Mackenzie Gore, Jack Leiter, and Jacob Latz. Bullpen, Robert Garcia, Chris Martin, Alexis Diaz. That's about all I got. I'll go first on them. I actually don't think I'm going to spend much time on them. I like this team. I think they're going to be a little bit better than they were last year. Man, they were just so disappointing last year. I think Corey Seager, this team is in certain positions are getting a little bit older. Nimmo's 33. Jock Peterson is 34. Corey Seager's 32. So they're not getting any younger. Pitching staff, DeGrom's 37. Evaldi's 36. I mean, those just two age scares me, and they've both had injury history. But Evaldi's been healthy for the most part the last few years. DeGrom was finally healthy last year. I like Mackenzie Gore. I like the pitching staff, and I like the lineup. I don't like the bullpen much. About 500, 81-81. That's about what I have them at.
See, I kind of like this team. You talk about the veterans and, Peterson, Sager, Jansen. But they got some young guys. Wyatt Langford's still young. Evan Carter's young. That's why they got rid of Garcia and some of these older guys. They were injured last year, and they were older on the old side last year. And they got rid of some of these guys and put, Josh Smith's 28. They got some young guys. The question will be, can their pitching staff stay healthy? DeGrom's going to have a little issue. Because I like their, Eovaldi. The guy just keeps pitching. I don't know how that happens. You couldn't do that as a Yankee, but he could do it anywhere else. Mackenzie Gore, I really like. Jack Leiter, I think got really good. Their bullpen, I'm not a big fan of their bullpen, but this is the type of team that could go out there and get something that they need at the trade deadline. This team, I think you said 500. They'll be a little better in 500. I think this team will take the injuries won't be as bad, and I think they'll do better this year than they did last year.
Yeah. Second was the Houston Astros last year when it loads.
Your favorite
4
team.
additions for the Houston Astros. They had Kevin Biggio, another Biggio in Houston. Joey Loperfino, former Houston Astro, then to a Blue Jay, back to a Houston Astro. Soya, I never know how to say his first name. Soya Imina, just Ima, whatever. Big contract from Japan. Outside of that, they didn't add a whole lot. Subtractions: Jesus Sanchez, Chas McCormick, Luis Garcia, Framber Valdez. I'd say that's really the big one.
That's a big one.
And they have did I say the record? Second place for the Houston Astros, 87-75. Lineup looks like shortstop Jeremy Pena, DH Jordan Alvarez, second Jose Altuve, third base back to full time Carlos Correa, Christian Walker at first, Joey Loperfino at left, Yenier Diaz at catcher, Zach Cole in right. I don't know who that is. And Jake Myers in center. Isak Paredes and Cam Smith are on their bench. I don't see a world where Cam Smith doesn't start.
I show him in starting right fielder.
I would think so over Zach Cole. Rotation looks like Hunter Brown. They have a 6-man rotation on here, so I'll say it. Hunter Brown, Christian Javier, Ema, Lance McCullers Jr. He will not pitch. That dude is. I don't think he's ever pitched more than 2 weeks in a year in the last 5 years. He gets hurt every year. Lance McCullers, Mike Burrows, and Ryan Weiss. Bullpen: Brian Abreu, Brian King, Ellie De Los Santos, Stephen O'Kirk, and that's about all I know. They do have some people on the injured list. Josh Hader is in this bullpen. He's technically going to miss a start, not by much, though, from what it sounds like. And then our rotation, Ronald Blanco and Hayden Wisniewski are both also hurt from Tommy John last year. Don't know when they'll be back. Yeah, I'll go. Definitely a solid team. I mean, 87-75. They dealt with a lot of injuries last year. I really like the top half of the lineup. Pena, Alvarez, fucking this dude, won't even say it. Correa and Christian Walker was a big-time free agent. He was awful last season. He has just got to be a little bit better, in my opinion. He cannot be that bad again, or else he'll be cut. He was so bad. And I like that Ema guy, he looks like he's going to be fantastic. I don't know how good he will be. But most Japanese guys, especially pitchers, they don't come over and just stink for the most part. They might not be aces, but he looks like he'll be pretty good. Hunter Brown looked like a Cy Young candidate last year. I mean, he was, but he looked like a Cy Young guy. Outside of that, I have some questions on the rotation. I really like their bullpen: Brian Abreu, Brian King, De Los Santos, O'Kirk, Hader when he gets back. So really good team. This is a playoff team or right at it, in my opinion. 87-75. I think this team can win 90. If they stay healthy. If you look at Jordan Alvarez, he hasn't been healthy the last 2 seasons. They haven't got much production out of the cheater the last few years because he's not cheating. It's incredible. But that's what I got.
This is Houston doing Houston things. I mean, they take these young guys, Cam Smith, Hunter Brown. They got Alvarez. They take these veterans. They bring Correa back and Altuve, and they got Jeremy Pena as a young guy. Christian Walker, he won't have a bad season. Who's that? Isak
Paredes.
Isak Paredes. I mean, he's going to be a decent ball player. The starting rotation: Hunter Brown and Ema or whatever. I think they're going to be okay. I'm not a big fan. I don't think their starting pitching will be great. They lost Valdez and but they're a team that whatever they need, they'll go get.
Mm-hmm.
Their bullpen's good. Then that's what's going to keep saving for the early part of the year till they get some more pitching. And maybe these other guys will do well. This is just the Astros. They're just going to be good again this year. I agree. I think they're going to be 87, 90. It could be a 90-win season if they stay healthy. I just think they just do a good job of an organization of keeping the young players and mixing with the older with the veterans, and then just winning, consistently winning.
Yeah. And then the winner of the division also made it to the American League Championship Series, where they fell to Toronto to go to the World Series. The Seattle Mariners. Their additions: they traded for Brendan Donovan of the Cardinals. They They got Rob Ruff Snyder, who's a lefty killer. I don't know. He doesn't do a whole lot else. Doesn't look like they made a whole lot of other additions. Subtractions. They traded a prospect. I'll say his name, Sajady. He's a switch pitcher. Fun fact. That's who went to the Cardinals. They lost Harry Ford, traded him to the Nationals. They lose Jorge Polanco, who's their starting second baseman, and Eugenio Suarez, who is their starting third baseman after the trade deadline. Their lineup looks like third base. Third baseman, Brendan Donovan. Catcher, Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. First base, Josh Naylor. Left field, Randy Arozarena. DH, Dominic Calzone. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Right field, Victor Robles. Second base, Cole Young. With Rob Ruffsnyder, Luke Raley, Andrew Kisner on the bench. Rotation, this is where it looks pretty. Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Bryce Miller. Damn. Bullpen, Andres Munoz, Matt Barash, Jose Ferrer, I never say his name right. Gabe Spire, Edward Bizzardo. I don't know if I know who that is. And I'm going to throw a name on here because I think there's a world where we see him, even though their rotation is loaded. They got the number 3 pick in the draft, like back in the 2 years ago, which they drafted this past year. And they took a starter from LSU, Cade Anderson, who was basically the number 1 pick that no one just wanted to pay him in the first 2 slots. I mean, he's, a college lefty who led the league in strikeouts. He's basically ready from the SEC. They just don't need him, so they're going to let him build up and, play it safe and let him play in, double and triple A. He could come up if they needed him. So I'm going to throw his name into the mix because he's going to be a superstar. Go ahead, Roy. You can go first on him.
Well, I mean, this is just the best rotation in baseball. I mean, their starting pitching is what carried them most last year. The problem was last year they were good early and then just couldn't hit, couldn't do anything. Rodriguez and Crawford and all of them they took and then they got a little better with Naylor and I think in Rosarena. Those guys came over the trades, really helped to kind of boost things up a little bit, got them to you said at the ALCS. This team's really going to be good. I mean, their pitching staff's really good. Their bullpen's okay. I mean, but when you got pitching staff like that, got a young guy in Cal Raleigh. You got, Cole Young's you got some young guys that are going to be good. But then, I think Brendan Donovan, that's somebody who I thought I really wanted the Yankees to get because he is just a contact hitter. He's a solid hitter and a dog. 4 teams. This team's going to be good, and they're going to be really good again this year. And I think they're the team to beat in the division.
Yeah, I mean the rotation. They're so good. Brian Wu, Gilbert, Kirby, Miller, Castillo. They got some Hancock on the back end. That you don't even see named. Cade Anderson. I mean, they're so deep too. 1 or 2 drop, and they can fill it. This team will go as far as their offense will take them. I think it's very clear, cut and dry on what this team. I love the trade for Brendan Donovan. It's a big ballpark. It's hard to hit there for the most part. I love the addition of a contact hitter, especially in front of Cal Raleigh. Will he repeat his season? I'm going to be honest. I highly doubt it. It's just too hard.
Especially for a catcher.
Not many people can repeat it. If your aim's not Aaron Judge. And I'm not even sure Aaron Judge will be able to repeat it this year. That's how impressive his last 3 seasons have been. But Cal Raleigh's still going to put up some home runs, let alone, maybe not 60. But yeah, I agree. As a catcher, it's just going to be hard. I hope he does. It's good for the game. Mm-hmm. Julio Rodriguez, he feels like he's that borderline superstar. He's a great defender and he's electric, but man, he's a streaky hitter. Goes through a lot of hot and cold streaks. Josh Naylor was a perfect fit. I think that's why they extended him. I like the lineup. I don't love the lineup. I think the bottom half, I look at Calzone, Robles, Cole Young's a top prospect. I just don't know how much he's going to hit right now. I think it could be better, but I think this team will go as far as their hitting takes. But I agree. I think they're the team to beat in the West. Okay. We went through the teams. Let's give our predictions for the division. I'll actually go first. I usually don't go first on it, but I'll go first. I don't have Bryce's. I'll have to go over it. with him later, but I'll go first on mine. I wrote mine in while we were doing it. In last place, I'm going to have the Angels. I just don't think they're going to compete with any of the four. I think the four above are clear cut better than the Angels in every way. Now, I told you I was sipping some Athletics tea, but I'm not going to have them in fourth place. I'm going to have the Texas Rangers. I like the Rangers, and I think they're better than the Athletics. But if you were to say Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi both missed, 2 months in this season, all of a sudden I don't like that team very much, especially with the pitching staff outside of those two and Gore. So I'm going to sip some more Athletics tea, and I'm going to have the Rangers in fourth. That's all I can move up the Athletics, though. The Athletics are going to finish in third. I think it's clear cut 1 and 2 in this division, but I'm going to keep it the same. I think the Astros are going to finish second, and I think the Mariners are going to finish first. One reason I think the Mariners might finish first over the Astros is the Mariners, like I was talking about, have so much pitching depth. Well, you can only use so much pitching depth for so long. They have an Emerson Hancock. He's about 26 years old. At that point, are you really a prospect at 26, 27 years old if you haven't really been called up? I think the Mariners have some pieces that they could move to maybe add a big bat, like we saw last year, Suarez, Naylor. I think they still have the ammo if they wanted to. And if they're going for it, man, I mean, this is the time. I mean, they're not paying all those pitchers. Raleigh's not getting paid like that. I think they have the ammo. So I'm going to go Astros. So Angels, Rangers, Athletics, Astros, Mariners.
All right. I agree on the Angels. I think the Angels by far are the worst team in the division, and they'll be in the lower part of the major leagues this year. I'd stick with the A's. I just don't like their pitching staff. I think they can hit. I just don't like what they're starting pitching, and I like the Rangers pitching better. That's the only reason why I would go Rangers over the Astros or over the A's. So I got Angels in the fourth place, A's, and then I have the Rangers. I think that team is a board. I think they'll improve this year. I just don't think they're. I don't know. I could see this just depends on how the rest of the league. And I could see 3 teams coming out of this division for the playoffs. It's just because just compared to the other ones, I think you're right. It's a clear cut first top 2. I have the Astros over the in second, and then the Mariners. I just think the Mariners starting pitching. I like their bats. I just don't like the starting pitching for the Astros. I mean, they got some good guys at front at the top, but they don't. They're aging a little bit in the batting order. They're still good with some young guys. I just think the Mariners are right now the team to beat in that division.
Yep.
So same as this year.
Yep. All right. That's all we got for the AL West. Next week will be the AL Central. Going to have a special guest on for that one. I'm going to close out of these. All right, Roy. We're going to talk a little World Baseball Classic. I don't know if you got to watch any of the last World Baseball Classic or much of it.
I'll be honest with you. I have never even watched a World Baseball Classic game.
Well, last time we got an unbelievable matchup because Japan met USA. Ohtani was still on the Angels at that time. He was just getting ready to leave. I think that was his last season, 23. Yeah, because then, 24 and 25, they Dodgers have won. And we got Ohtani pitching against Japan against Trout, who was his teammate, and at that time, the best player in the sport.
I do remember that, yeah, okay.
For the last out, I mean, it sucks the USA lost. Electric stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the rosters and all this stuff, but I am going to go through the pools and how this works. Roy, do you know how the bracket works?
Yeah, I looked it up, so that's why I got it right here.
So Pool A has Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, and Colombia. Colombia has a pretty good roster. They have like Luis Ariz, or am I thinking of?
I thought that was Dominican.
No, I'm thinking of Venezuela. I lied. Same colors. I don't know who's all on Colombia. I was thinking of Venezuela. I don't know who's all in Colombia. I know Gio Urshela used to play there. I don't know if he's still playing there or not. I don't know much about Panama other than Jose Caballero's playing for Panama. Canada has Josh Naylor, Tyler O'Neill, a few other major league players. Bo Naylor, his brother. I don't know anything about Cuba. And then Puerto Rico, I would say, is the team to beat here in Pool A. Nolan Arenado's playing for Puerto Rico. Yadier Molina is the head coach.
I knew
that. A couple others. Pool B, United States, obviously. I don't need to tell you about who's on the United States. Mexico, they've got, Jaron Duran, Alejandro Kirk, Yankee guy, old Yankee guy, Alex Verdugo. Pitchers. Trying to think of some pitchers over there. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I know some, but Italy's got a bunch of young guys like that Royals prospect Jack Caglione. He's playing for them. Vinny Pasquantino is playing for Italy. Great Britain's pretty much terrible, other than Jazz. There's only major league player basically over there. And then Brazil, I don't know one player for Brazil, not one. They're the worst team in the field. Pool C, Japan. No, I'm not going to go through all the guys. I mean, half the Dodgers roster, and that's about it. Yeah. Australia has Travis Bazzana, former number 1 overall pick 2 years ago, and then a couple other players, but they're pretty low. After this, these are the 3 teams I just don't have a whole lot on. Chinese Taipei, Czech Republic, and Korea. Korea has like Jung-Ho Lee from the Giants, a couple other guys. Yep. And then Pool D, Dominican Republic is basically the second best roster if you're not counting Japan. I kind of think DR's lineups better. Juan Soto as the head coach, correct. Fernando, Junior Caminero, Vladdy, who else? Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto. Netherlands to me has the how do I put this? The most fun team I've seen. Starting at shortstop is Xander Bogaerts. Starting at second is Ozzy Albies. Starting at third is Didi Gregorius. So they got a couple players that haven't played in major leagues in like 4 or 5 years, but are still Netherlands like best players. So, and then Venezuela has like Ronald Acuna, Luis Arraez, Gleyber Torres. They play with the most passion of any team I've seen. It starts tomorrow. As you guys watch this, it will have already started. Pool C is starting it, so like Australia and them, they're all playing in Japan. So I think the game started at like 6 a.m. or something like that tomorrow morning. For you guys, it'll be 6 a.m. today. But I will be in attendance. USA Open on Friday against Brazil. We're going to pitch Logan Webb against Brazil. I'll be there Saturday night when we play Great Britain, where Skubal will pitch. Sadly, I'm going to miss Skeens. I'm very upset about that. I really thought it'd be Skeens, Skubal, and then they went Webb, Skubal, Skeens, and damn. It's all right. I'm not going there to see them. Going there to watch Captain America, actually. But I'm very excited. Do you have anything? Are you going to watch this year or this go around?
I probably watch a little bit. I mean, I can't honestly. Now think about it. I haven't really watched. I've watched some of it, just never watched the full game or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just March never gets me into baseball yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Usually about May, June's when I get into baseball. So
yeah,
just with March Madness, I just never really get into baseball yet.
Yeah, last time was 23 was the first time that I watched it for the most part, and I really. From a fan point of view, it felt like there was a I can't say football because it's not the same, but when you go to a college football game or an NFL game, you can kind of feel the buzz a little bit, like the anticipation, the excitement, the screaming. That's not a baseball thing, which that's fine. Baseball has a much more relaxed, watch how it plays out. Playoffs, it gets a little bit more intense. But I heard it has a very much of a feel of like a football event or something where there's a lot of screaming after every pitch, like so I'm excited to actually be in attendance. I'll be able to testify of it. I'm going to the pool play round, so it's not as intense, but should be fun. But yeah, I mean we'll go over some of the scores next week when we can talk about it. Now it's just beforehand, but according to MLB experts, the power rankings for the World Baseball Classic, the number 1 team is Japan, which I don't agree with. I think the USA is the number 1 team. Not saying they'll win, but I think they are the number 1 team. But Japan, USA at 2, Dominican Republic at 3, Venezuela at 4, Mexico at 5, Puerto Rico at 6, Korea at 7, Canada at 8, Colombia at 9, and Netherlands at 10. So we'll see. All right, I don't think I have anything else.
All right. Well, we got college basketball.
College basketball.
I'll just do the top 15. Anybody knows the Wolverines took care of the Illini on Friday night.
Yeah, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Hey, just shows how good of a team we are.
Yeah.
One is Duke, Arizona's two, Michigan's 3, Connecticut 4, Florida 5, Iowa State 6, Houston 7, Michigan State is 8, Nebraska is 9, Texas Tech after their big win is 10, Illinois is 11, Gonzaga 12, Virginia 13, Kansas is still in the 14 with 8 losses. I just don't get it. Purdue is 15. They came out tonight with the top 16 sometimes, who they think the top 4 seeds are. So we'll see how that shakes out. One more week, and it's actually some of the tournaments start this week. So
I was going to ask if you wanted to go over some of those conference tournaments.
Nah, I mean next week's when the big ones will come. We can talk about that. The smaller ones start now. Like the WBC and some of them start now. So you'll have the first. I think the first one comes on Thursday.
Tonight?
I think.
No. First.
I mean the first championship.
The first bracket starts tonight. The Sun Belt.
I know the bracket starts tonight, but I think the first crown champion is like Thursday or something.
Yeah, it's this week,
which is ridiculous. That's just so early, and then they don't play for 2 weeks basically. So
yep. Yeah, that part's the weird part for me. I did find a fun fact though. Remember how we were talking about how some of those brackets just look unbelievably chaotic? Mm-hmm. I found out why. I listened to a guy talk about it. He was a Sun Belt reporter talking about Sun Belt. Those conferences build their bracket that way because they want the best team of the year, whoever the 1 or 2 or 3 seed is, to be the team that advances. Now, obviously, if a Cinderella run goes, and that's great for them, but they want those good teams to move on to give their Sun Belt the best view in March Madness. Where
I understand
that makes sense. That makes a little bit more sense.
It's just crazy. Just the tier they have.
So I don't know if I think it was the Sun Belt. I'm almost certain the crazy one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, I saw it was the same video. The Sun Belt standings, the 2 seed and the 7 seed had the same conference record, 11-7 or something like that.
No, I did see that. Yeah.
So the 7 seed needed to win 5 games in 5 days, and the 2 seed, who had the same record, needs to win 2 games. I said that's a terrible tiebreaker.
I saw the tiebreaker rules for all of them. Yeah.
Crazy. I thought that was fun.
So can't wait. This is March Madness coming around. I'll be in Vegas for it, so I'm excited.
That's fun.
Can't wait.
We haven't started, but we will be doing a Triple Alphas bracket. We're going to do another big boy bracket. A lot of people are going to be in it. A lot of payout. My mother won last year, took home about 900 bones. So
we're going to get it bigger this year.
Bought a lot of Christmas gifts with those 900 bones, she said. Christmas was free this year.
Jeez.
So
and none to you.
I got a few. All right. Takes us to our miscellaneous.
All right. You want me to go with mine? I got 2 games. One is you got to guess the player. Do you want that one, or do you want the World Baseball Classic trivia questions?
Let's do the guess the player.
Okay.
Then we'll do the World Baseball, and then we'll do my guess the player or the.
All right. So the player I'm thinking of, still pitching. All right. Let's see how I want to do this. He was drafted and debuted with the Cubs. He has played for 14 different teams, but 17 teams different season with different teams overall.
And he's still pitching.
He's still pitching. 2025. And I'll tell you the last few that he was with. He graduated from the University of Michigan. He was drafted 3 different times. He's the only pitcher in Major League history with a perfect game broken up by a 9th inning fielding error with a no-hitter broken up in the extra innings and a walk-off home run. So he started off with the Cubs, all right, in 2005. Okay. All right, but I'll go for the 2021. All right.
Yep.
2021 he was with the Rays. 2020, and then that year he also got traded to the Mets. 2022 he was with the Red Sox. 2023 he was with the Pirates and then traded to the Padres. 2024 he was with the Red Sox, and 2025 last year he's with the Royals.
I tell you what.
Any more
I
teams he was
got
with?
to know this person, but man, I do not know it yet.
All right, I'll give you a hint. He was with the Yankees in 2014.
That's too far. That doesn't help me.
The longest he was with their franchise would have been with the Dodgers, 2016 to 2019.
Pitcher, correct?
Yep, pitcher.
He's a reliever. There's no starter that's bounced like that.
His career win-loss record is 90-76.
Yeah, he's a reliever. Can I ask how many career saves he has?
Yes, and he has none.
What? Okay. Well, he's not. I don't. Huh.
It's 1,400 strikeouts.
So he played last year. The more recent, the better. Last year, he was with the Royals, and he did play for the Dodgers for an extended period of time. How do I not know this guy?
He was with the Red Sox twice in the last 4 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You said he was with the Yankees in 2014.
Mm-hmm. They traded for him in 2014. Let me see if I can figure out who he was traded for.
Well, it's not my Immaculate Grid guy who I use almost every day. Ooh, this is hard. Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is he a lefty?
Yes.
Dude, I think I see his face, but I'm trying to think of his name. Not saying I know if it's the right guy, but oh my God, who's this lefty?
So he wasn't traded. He was signed to a minor league contract by the Yankees in 2014 and then released in 2014.
I have a name, and I'm trying to think of his last name. I have the guy's first name.
What's his first name?
Justin.
No.
Am I right? No?
No.
Oh, man. Maybe I'm not. His name's not Jonathan Holder. I know that. Justin Wilson was the guy I was thinking of.
No, not Justin Wilson.
He's a lefty. I don't know. I don't have a clue then.
You give up?
Yeah, who is it?
Rich Hill.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I didn't know Rich Hill played for the Yankees.
In 2014.
God, I did know that he played for the Royals.
And he was with the Cubs, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Indians, the Angels, Yankees, Red Sox, Athletics, Dodgers, Twins, Rays, Mets, Red Sox, Pirates, Padres, Red Sox, Royals.
It's a bad miss. I know Rich Hill. And I
was going to give you last one. He represented the United States in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, in what, 1990?
No, in 2023. That's what it says.
He's probably on the roster. Oh yeah, that's a bad miss. I probably should have got that. I knew he played for the Royals last too.
Let's get you these trivia questions here.
Okay.
See if you can get it. All right. Can you name the 5 World Baseball Classic champions?
I don't know if I can name all 5.
There was in 2006, 2009, 2013, 2017, 2023.
I don't know if I'll be able to name the first 2.
There's only been 3 countries that won.
Oh, then I think I know them. Japan, the United States, and the Dominican Republic.
Yep. Which one has won it 3 times?
I know it's not the United States. Mylene is the Dominican Republic.
That your guess?
No. I mean, yeah, that was my guess. Is it Japan, though?
It was Japan. Japan won in 2006, 2009, and 2023. Dominican won in 2013, and then U.S. won 2017.
Dominican's only won once?
Won once.
Damn, I knew that Japan's won twice, so
They
I
won
should have
3
guessed them.
times.
Well, I knew that they had won twice. I knew they won one back in the day, and I knew they won the last one. But I thought Dominican had won 2 as well, so that's why I didn't know about a third one. Okay.
Can you name who the MVP of the 2023 World Series Classic was? World Baseball Classic was.
I mean, was it Shohei Ohtani?
Yep.
I mean, I actually can name. So Shohei won that one. Marcus Stroman won the 2017 one for USA.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Because he pitched the last game. And then the one before that, when the Dominican won, what would that have been? 2013 or whatever, 14 range. Robinson Cano won for the DR. I watched a video on it. But I only know the past 3. After that, I don't know anything about the first 2.
Well, Japan won them, so there's only of those 3 winners: Japan, United States, and Dominican. Which team went undefeated through the whole World Baseball Classic day, the year they won?
Dominican Republic.
Yep.
Yeah. Was that the 13 one or
2013? They went.
Yeah,
they
I
went
watched a
undefeated.
video on that like a week ago.
Yeah,
so, makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
there's some other ones who threw the first no-hitter, but that was in 2006. Some of these you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
because they're back in the.
Okay, so, that was fun.
All
right. Are you ready for mine?
Yeah, I like to write down what I'm doing.
I think I'm gonna get you today. I think I'm gonna get you.
Probably will. I don't feel like I'm prepared.
Okay. First question. We went over this team today. I need you to name me a current Angels player.
Okay.
You got
Makata.
Okay. I had Grayson Rodriguez.
No, I figured you'd go somebody that I was gonna say Soler, but I thought he might go Soler.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. 1 for 1. I need you to name me a current catcher in Major League Baseball. Starting catcher.
You've asked that question before.
Well, guess what? There's only 9 positions.
All right, I got one.
Who you got?
Sean Murphy from the Braves.
Sean Murphy. I don't know if I'd count him as a starter, but I will count it.
I thought he was a catcher. He was a starter last year.
He is, but they had Rookie of the Year last year, Drake Baldwin. So I don't know if they'll start him, but I will count that because he's been. You
go Wilson Contreras, won't you?
No, I went Austin Wells.
Because I was going to go. I thought Wilson Contreras is who you used.
Yeah, I talked about the Dominican Republic. Austin Wells is a starting catcher this year.
Oh, gosh. Good for him.
Next one. I need you to name me any Tigers player in the last 10 years.
In the last 10 years. Are you going to go with this guy? Gosh. Oh, should I go with him or not? All right, I'm going to go Cabrera. Did you go Torres?
Justin Verlander.
No, see, Verlander popped in my head, but I was like, he went Torres because I was thinking Torres. I'm like, he went Torres.
Nope. Okay, next one. I need you to name me any MVP.
Ever? Oh, I mean, how far back do I want to go, or how?
I went pretty far back.
You went pretty far back? Wow. So that'll make it a challenge. I'll go far back then.
I'm just kidding. I did not go that far back. I went far back, just not that far back.
I was going to go pretty far back.
I kept it since 2000.
Okay, I'll keep it since 2000 then. Because I was going to go Mark McGwire, but I'll go.
I did not have Mark McGwire, no.
Yeah, so I'll go sooner than that. I will go. Got one. Joe Mauer.
That's a good one. I use him on Immaculate Grid for MVP a lot.
I figured.
I went Alex Rodriguez.
So I was going to go Judge, but I was like, man, he tried to trick me on that one.
Okay. We kind of went over some of this. This is going to be a fun one. I need you to give me a current United States Baseball World Baseball Classic member this year on this roster.
This year.
We didn't go over their entire roster, so
I know.
but you know their roster, some of them.
I know a few of them. Jeez. All right, I got one.
Here you got
Paul Skeens.
see you, Roy. Paul Skeens.
Oh, damn it.
Second one from the bottom.
Damn it. I was going to go Scooble. Now it's like, he went Scooble.
Yeah, Roy. I knew it.
Damn
I
it.
knew I was going to get you tonight.
I thought for sure there's no way you get Scooble. Or go. I thought you'd go Scooble or Judge.
I made sure tonight, because I had my list open the entire night, to try to name some of these players. That's why I said, I think I said Grayson Rodriguez twice tonight. I said Skeens. I'm not seeing Skeens. I tried to sprinkle them in more tonight.
Damn it! I was. The thing was, like, I was going pitching because I thought he'll go with a player.
Yep.
And then and Scooble was who I thought, he'll be like, I thought Scooble would be the guy he wanted.
Nope. Paulie Skeens. All right, I'm gonna ask you the last one, because Bryce isn't here. I'm gonna rip the Cubs a little bit. I need you to name me a player who's played on the Cubs and the Cardinals in the last 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. I know somebody I always use for that. Last 10 years, Cubs and Cardinals.
I mean, it can be a little over. Doesn't matter to me, but about 10 years.
Yeah, because I think it's been longer than 10 years. Jason Hayward, but I think it's been longer than 10 years. But I won't go with that one.
I would count him.
Is that 10 years? Been 10 years?
I mean, yeah, right at it.
Yeah, I'll do Jason Hayward.
Well, it doesn't matter. You would have lost anyway because I have Jason Hayward.
Would you? I should have went Contreras then. So I got the last
Hayward,
two.
Kind of blurry, but yeah.
I usually use Gary Gaetti when that comes up.
Yeah, Lee Smith.
Yeah, Lee Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's several of them.
All right. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Next week we'll have a special guest. We'll do the AL Central, and we will definitely talk more World Baseball Classic next week, as I will have returned. And they will still be playing because we record on Tuesdays, and their last game of pool play is Tuesday night next week. So we'll know. But hit the like button, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.